Welcome back, you two old knuckleheads. This is round 15 reaction show, and yeah, I'm pretty pumped with how it ended up. But first, I want to let everybody know that during my live shows from now till the end of Supercross, all of the donations to all the super chats, whatever I get donated on the channel is going to go straight to Jerry Robin. We're going to give back. And once that's all done, I'll Venmo him and we'll do whatever we can to try to support him. I'm trying to get his QR code for his Venmo so that I can put it on top of the screen as well. And that'd be something just easy to do. So the moto community is giving back. So again, anybody that donates on my channel, all of it is going to go completely to Jerry Robin because we are praying for that SOB. And if there's anyone strong enough to overcome, it is going to be him. So I do have the link in the description as well if you want to join. And that'll be on all my videos moving forward till the end of Supercross. But my thumbnail, what does my thumbnail say? My thumbnail goes the slowest rider won. And I have my name wrong on here. You know, dun, dun, dun. Let's just turn that. Oh, good gosh. Yeah. Anyway. Says the wrong thing on there. That's a bummer. But now that I'm done digressing, doing all the other stuff here, the live show continues with, oh, sweet. Okay, we already got $10. $10 is going to Jerry Robin. I appreciate you, Brandon. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. And for what reason would he jump through the whoops? I can't donate, but absolutely. Whatever you guys do, share the link down below. Whatever we can do to help them, that's what we do. So again, all the donations on the channel going forward to the end of Supercross are going to Jerry and his family. So thank you again, Brandon. I know. Thank you. Thank you for the support. So going back to the race and getting me back up here. The slowest rider won, Tom Vial. And I would also say Cooper Webb. The fastest qualifiers were not those guys. And I will start with Tom Vial for the fact that his whoop speed, it was very jagged. I mean, the Dirtworks crew, they did an amazing job making sure that the track was actually raceable with as much rain as we've been getting on all these open stadiums. We won't even get into the open stadiums. And Hayden, dude, just share the link, man. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you. Just you praying for him that's all we can ask. So thank you, dude. Thank you for the comment as well. And the Dirtworks track did an amazing job with the tarps, and it ended up being a very choppy, curby type of a track where the ground was pretty hard. So you saw very jagged edges. You saw the bikes chattering up and down, which made it hard. The whoops where Tom Vial was going double into, he just landed and just took all of his speed and then double again and then triple. Like, I have an issue with the whoops, and I have the entire Supercross because I don't know what we need to do. Like, something needs to be done, because why guys start jumping through them so much is because, okay, whoops are start like this. They're real round. Okay. And when they're brand new, you can't really jump through them because you can't jump a giant round thing because you're going to get your front wheel caught and it's going to endo you. But what happens? Let's say that the track is going this direction. What happens is that round whoop ends up getting sharper and sharper and sharper, and it ends up getting to be almost like a jump on the front of it. Okay. So then guys can now downside the next whoop. And if they end up trying to have their front wheel come over, they're not going to just instantly die. So if we're going to continue with the 9 whoop rule, what we should do, and Joseph, I just have to say to you real quick, well, according to the timing and scoring, yeah, but truthfully, I disagree. I don't think Cooper Webb and Tom Vial were the fastest guys on the track. It might have been more like Seth and definitely Sexton. But yeah, I see what you're saying as well, my friend. Is they need to steamroll the whoops. They need to make them so hard, like they're curbs, so that they're almost made out of concrete. Okay. I get it, the technicality when it comes to getting them all rough, but once they get all freaking blown out and V-shaped, everyone starts jumping through them. And that is just, it's kind of boring to watch. I mean, the only guy that did a really good job with it was Justin Cooper, and good for him. You know, he got on the podium because of it. But I don't like the 9 whoops, and I don't like having these guys constantly just jump through them. So that's my solution, is steamroll them, make them so hard that they don't really become jumpable, because there's enough jumps on the track. Why should we have whoops on the track? And back to Tom Vial with the being not the fastest guy on the track, but definitely the most strategic for sure, was even during some of the sections, he crashed hard in qualifying, and he ended up going, all right, I need to make sure that I finish the race, and I'm going to just start double, tripling during the section around the first corner. And I was like, dude, how is this guy going to win this race? But somehow, because of how gnarly the track got, where we've seen tracks get gnarlier, but as far as how cupped out and small choppy bumps there were, that's real chatter bumps. And when you have stiff ass Supercross suspension, these guys are going to start holding on harder, and they start getting arm pump. So I think Nate ended up getting some arm pump, and that's why Tom was able to come by and pass him. Because if anything, racing overseas, he's pretty well versed with riding very hard packed curby jumps. And just so everybody knows that has just joined, whatever the channel donates from here on out on all my live shows till the end of Supercross, we are going to, as a community, donate to Jerry. So Brandon already did. I appreciate you, buddy. And if you feel like you can, awesome. I know inflation is tough right now, and you know, life is difficult, but just share the link down below for the road recovery, and we will do our best. But during the podcast, the reaction shows, even my new shows, all of that is going to Jerry. And if we continue to talk about RJ's right up there with Sexton. He's kind of like the Sexton of the 250 class. Fast as fuck, but somehow gets in his own way. And he's a guy that should have won so many more races if he just didn't make mistakes. And these guys start landing on tough blocks. Again, I'm looking at trying to figure out what kind of a solution there could be for the tough blocks, because when you guys have 3 bikes wide and somebody jumps, they're going to drift, and they drift. And where do they land? They land on the track, but they end up landing on the tough blocks, and it ends up taking them out 100% of the time. And the tough blocks are there not really as corner markers. They're more there to try to save the riders. And ironically, they're not really saving the riders. They're making the riders crash more. So maybe padding around the edge of the track, you know, it'd be kind of cool to have, what is it? Like an airbag or something, you know, just an inflatable bag around the entire track, something that was real sturdy to where these guys, if they did fall off the track, but it kind of ruined the race. It'd make it hard for them to get their bike back up and finish the race, if so. But if you think of any other motorsport racing, if you crash, you're pretty much SOL, and you are freaking out. And Tom Vial with the handbrake. So he has foot drops. So he had to have broken his tib and fib in a few places and ripped his peroneal nerve. It's the nerve that enables you to lift your foot up and down, right? So he's stuck, and I wonder if he's in an AFO brace. I want to ask him. Honestly, I need to talk to Club MX to see if he's got a special boot or something in place. And did I say Max? If I did, I'm sorry. So I appreciate, you know, and Volan, yes, Max Volan. I'm saying Tom, dude, guys, thank you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the chat, keeping up with stuff. That's what's cool about these live shows, is you can see sometimes how much of an idiot I can be by making mistakes. And yeah, Tom having a 1-point lead with 1 race to go is going to be entertaining to say the least. In the 450 class, I'll get to it in just a second. It almost seems as if it's over with. Okay. But who's it? I was talking about Voland with his handbrake. So he's got foot drop and he can't push down. How that's got to be so weird to have your clutch and the handbrake. I mean, it maybe not be as bad once things start going electric. Yeah, I'm not crazy for electric stuff. I'm would like electric stuff because it's easier to work on, right? That's for the sheer moment. And also it's better technology. I mean, if you think about it, how often even with the quick shifts and everything, that motor's got to cut out, the clutch has got to engage, and you got to shift. That takes milliseconds, even if you leave it to a computer to do. What about an electric bike? There is no cutting out of the power. It's just constant torque. So in theory, the bike is superior and more powerful than a combustion engine, right? And there's just less pieces for it to break. That's really the only reason. But if you didn't have the combustion motorcycle, we all like to shift. We all like to hear the sniffing gas. Like I want to throw race gas on me for perfume, but then I'm going to attract men, and I don't necessarily want to attract more men, but it smells really good. I like going to the races. I'm going to go to Denver next weekend, and it's going to be freaking cool. And yeah, why show replays with the damn race on? They've got to do it. They've got to do it for everyone. And as far as the announcers, it was nice that they said something about Jerry. They didn't go into his extent, and I don't know if it's insurance issues or anything as to why we don't see big platforms posting for Jerry. And I feel like it's got to be some sort of corporate politics BS nonsense as, hey, if we do it for one rider, we have to do it for all the riders. And it's a shame. We live in 2025. The cancel culture and everything is pretty much gone at this point. I want to believe. So it would be nice if there was something that was much bigger than Road to Recovery that could do stuff. So it's been nice to see, because there's so many down riders that have help. But it was nice to see Lee at least say that he went to go see Jerry, and he said something on the broadcast, which was pretty cool, right? And finally, now moving to the 450s, Ken Roczen, separated shoulder. Like, honestly, at this end of the series, this is why I'm somewhat for a shorter series. I know it sounds crazy, right? Shorter series, it's going to have more hype, okay? Because when you get something so much, it's not, there's no nostalgia in it. There's no build up for it. It's just like, oh my God, we have 82 different races that we want to go. And I know the argument for the series is that, well, if they don't race with us, they're going to race with somebody else. That's for them. Okay. But every time they swing a leg over the bike, it's not really a matter of when you get hurt. It's a matter of how bad you get hurt, because you're going to get hurt at some point. And, you had the Lawrence brothers up in the booth. Barsha's out with ice in his knee or something wrong with his knee. Roczen has got a separated shoulder, which he can't do the full 20 laps. He can win a heat race and be up on the podium, but then he can't finish the race, because 25 minutes on a Supercross track is freaking gnarly. And with a separated shoulder, you can't really even do a push-up, let alone a pull-up, but the dude is going balls to the wall on a Supercross track. Makes no sense. For sure. And that's why I would almost like to have a shorter series, just so that everyone is healthy, because we're at the point in the series where usually it's a runaway deal. And now we kind of see a runaway deal with Cooper Webb. What is he up? 15 points now? Like something catastrophic has to happen to Webb to have Sexton win. I mean, at Denver a few years ago, Tomac had his Achilles tendon. That's kind of what happens. But I mean, my point is it okay? Now it's 12. Okay. It was 9. Okay. Appreciate it, Hayden. That's still a big deal. That's 5 or 6 places when some guy wins with 2 rounds to go. So usually the last round's not that exciting. For the 250 class, absolutely, it's going to be a freaking blast, because there's 1 point separating Seth well, RJ, and then no, wait. RJ's 3 points behind, and Seth is only 1 point behind. That's something that we don't necessarily get privy to. I mean, one of the most exciting races I ever watched was it, fuck, what was it? Was it 2014 something? It was Zach Osborne in his 250 championship where he crashed in like the first corner and he came back and just plowed the dude that was winning and won the championship. That was freaking cool. That's the kind of hype that we want to see. And the 450 class is starting to miss that. And when it came a little bit more to the track, I did like the option because that was really where most guys were making passes. And ironically, the whoops and that option was really where guys were actually able to get around everybody. Talked about the whoops, and you're hoping that Tomac comes back to Denver. Will probably be there, but I doubt he's going to be back on the bike because why should he? Why should he race and risk getting hurt again? If he's going to come back at all, it should be for motocross. Set your bike up because the bikes are set up so differently. You can't kind of commingle them, so if he's back riding and doing everything he should be doing, motocross for sure, which is crazy because normally these guys want to go to Supercross only contracts, and Tomac is one of those guys where I almost think he is a better motocross rider than he is Supercross rider. And I think it's just because he's fast as fuck and he's got 24 races in motocross. They took away one round. It's no more 12 anymore. I think it's like 11 because of the super motocross stuff. But he's got like more races because of the two motos rather than Supercross, where he got just 17 main events. And yeah, dude, K-Trash, he was ripping. And it was the whoop where he went double, triple, quad. That was awesome with the step on. And we saw Forkner die on the tough lock because he was trying to get around guys and really didn't think Seth was going to do anything. Seth, I don't know. He gets the Wrecking Crew trophy of the year for keeping it on two wheels, or like the 9 Live Cat trophy, because I don't know how he kept it on two wheels for that long. And when it comes to Sexton, okay, fastest guy on the track. Okay, Sprocket wants to say hey now. He's not going to look at the camera, but he's just in my lap. Sexton finally made mistakes because he started to jump through the whoops. He noticed that he wasn't catching Webb, and he didn't have 2 whoop sections to blitz and win by 20 seconds. So we all know that Webb has a little bit more mental fortitude than Sexton. And that's really only Sexton's weakness, is if you can get inside his head, you're going to have him make a mistake. And that's exactly what happened. He went off the track and then he went back to trying to jump the whoops. Who knows what was really going on? I think there was multiple things, possibly because the track was such a hard base to it that with that Supercross suspension, with those little curbs in it, it just was messing up everybody because the suspension is just going down 2 inches to hit these little holes. And it just feels as if you've got no dampening or, anything in there. It just seems like you're running a hardtail, right? So that's really why I think Sexton ended up not winning the race, is Cooper got in his head because Sexton wasn't able to just run him down and then pass his ass. And that was the best thing Cooper Webb could have done in retaliation with just 2 races to go. But guys, hey, I appreciate you guys joining the live show. And again, just so that everybody knows, whatever this channel donates, as far as super chats or anything, we're going to give it to Jerry Robin and his family. And if you want to just not do any super chats, you want to just donate with the Road to Recover, the link is in the description. So everybody that is riding tomorrow, make sure you keep it on 2 wheels, have fun, and be safe as well. But till next time, hey, Coach is in the house. What's up, Coach? Hope all is well. All right, guys. I got a party I got to get to, even though I'm all sunburned and everything. So yeah, cool. Later, guys and gals, right? Moto knuckleheads. That's what I should just say.